Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4927. Happy Monday evening and happy the first day of March to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in week 11 of the 2022 NFL season with the Toronto Huskies. And we are in week 11 where we're battling off against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 4-1-2 in the Three River City of Pittsburgh at Heinz Field. Pittsburgh is home of the Ohio, Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers. That's why the previous stadium was called Three River Stadium. Also keep in mind that it's also known as the Place for Smiles. That's Eaton Park's motto. They have Smiley Cookies, which is the restaurant's main icon. Primanti Bros, where they put the fries on the sandwich, which is really, really good. It's also home to the late rapper Mac Miller, who was born in Point Breeze neighborhood of Pittsburgh in January of 1992. And without further ado, we'll see you at kickoff time.
Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. Robert Griffin III and the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Andy Dalton and the Toronto Huskies.
Alright, now it is kickoff time here on the 4-1-2 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As we see the Toronto Huskies kick this off. Robbie Gould and Marcus Allen of the Pittsburgh Steelers will be ready to return there, and he will get stopped at the 34-yard line. This is a first down and 10. We see Robert Griffin III, who got drafted back in 2012 by the Washington Redskins. I think it was one of the first few picks in that draft, if I'm not mistaken. So, Robert Griffin III, who formerly played with Toronto, gets sacked there. And the reason why we traded Robert Griffin III is that Pittsburgh really needed a quarterback ever since Ben Roethlisberger retired, and I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to trade it to him, and then they'll send us Chase Claypool, one of the best wide receivers in this league. And the reason why I picked Claypool is that he would be a great receiver in our wide receiver core. And the fun fact is he's actually Canadian. So he was born in Abbotsford, which is not far from Vancouver. So Vancouver is in British Columbia, Canada. So just keep that in mind. So now 4th and 20, Jordan White here will be ready to return the punt here for the Huskies. And he is ready to run the field. He's going to break tackles along the way, and he's going to get stopped at the 47. And this is going to be a first down and 10 as we see Andy Dalton stepping onto the field for the first time for this Toronto Huskies offense. So now we're going to use a pass play. We're going to use the I form here. We're going to use quick slant. So I'm going to sub him out to put in Corey Davis. And I'm going to put Chase Claypool in his return back to Pittsburgh. So after spending 2.5 seasons with the Steelers, he is officially a member of the Toronto Huskies, and he throws the ball to Chase Claypool. He had 9 receiving touchdowns his rookie year for the Steelers, and of course they did go 12-4 that year. And unfortunately, Pittsburgh lost to the Cleveland Browns in the first round playoffs, making Cleveland giving its first playoff appearance in 18 years. So Chase Claypool jukes, gets stopped at the 4-yard line, 2 for 2, 49 yards there, and this is now going to be a first and goal here for the Toronto Huskies. So now Andy Dalton, he's ready to throw the football. He passes it to Chase Claypool, and that is a touchdown. So this is a first touchdown for Chase Claypool in a Toronto Huskies uniform in his return to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we'll see you guys when we're on defense. Alright, now this is a 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line here in Pittsburgh. So now he throws the football. Robert Griffin III, 1 for 2 there that time, and this will be a first down. Dallas Goedert made that reception for Pittsburgh, so now this is going to be another 1st and 10 here for the Steelers. So now Robert Griffin III, he's ready to throw. Looks to pass, that is incomplete. And this is now going to be a 2nd and 10 here for the Steelers here at Heinz Field. So now Robert Griffin III, he's trying to look to throw the ball. The ball is out. And Toronto appears to recover it. So Malcolm Jenkins recovers it, gets it into the end zone. That is a fumble recovery for a touchdown. And this is now going to be a 14-0 lead here in Pittsburgh. We're going to take a break. All right, now this is going to be a 4th and 7. Joe Haden is ready to return the punt here for the Huskies. You guys, we will kick off the second half. We will return the second half, and I believe you'll see Joe Haden return, and we get stopped at the 30. Thus ends the first quarter now, and this is going to be for a 14-0 lead here for the Toronto Huskies. So now we're going to use a running play on 1st and 10. And now I'm going to hand the ball off to Le'Veon Bell, who's battling off against his former team, his first team, as a matter of fact. And he spent with Pittsburgh, got drafted by the Steelers in 2013 by Michigan State. And he left after the 2018 season. He didn't really play a lot of games in 2018 because of the contract negotiation that he was still working on, but turns out he didn't play as much games as he usually did, and that's why the Steelers did not make the postseason. So, Rob Gronkowski there makes a reception, 5 for 5, 84 yards for Andy Dalton, and now we're going to use a PAY post on 1st and 10. So now we're at the 33-yard line. So Andy Dalton here trying to throw the football. He passes it to Gronk. And he hurdled there, not very big, not a big hurdle, but small one. But this is his 12th reception on the season for Rob Gronkowski. And this is now going to be 21-0 here in Pittsburgh. So we'll see you guys after the 2-minute warning. All right, now this is 2nd and inches from the 28-yard line here in Pittsburgh. Robert Griffin III, he is ready to throw the football. And he's going to throw it to Javorius Allen, who is a rookie, and he went to Robert Morris University, as it's now going to be a 1st and 10 from the 22. So the Steelers are pretty much in red zone, and they throw the football. It's going to be an incomplete pass. So now this is going to be a 2nd-down-and-10 here for the Steelers. So now Robert Griffin III, he's trying to look for a receiver, passes it to Eric Ebron, the former Detroit Lions tight end. 3rd and 5 now from the 16. Timeout for Pittsburgh. So they're thinking about a strategic game plan that will give them a touchdown and have at least 7 points up on the board in this quarter before the first half even ends. So there's less than a minute to go in this first half. I'm thinking if they don't make this, which they definitely will with this field goal, so they'll only score like 3 points, and they will likely score at least maybe 1, maybe 2 touchdowns in this game. And Chris Boswell kicks it. It's good. So it's now an 18-point lead here for the Toronto Huskies. So they're dominating in this game first half, pretty manageable, I'd have to say. And now we see Chris Boswell kick it off, and we see Joe Haden, as you guys just saw, return the punt return that led us into offense. So now this is going to be a 1st and 10, 39 seconds to go. So now we're going to use another PAY post pass play on 1st and 10. So now Andy Dalton throws it to AJ Green. Well, throws it incomplete, but now this is a 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. And Joe Flacco will throw the football for the third quarter. So fourth quarter, it will be Cam Newton likely. And we're just going to run the ball until this. Well, the clock will be winding down pretty soon, and this will be our final snap before the first half ends. So, Chris Thompson, I think, ran the ball. Le'Veon Bell had 2 rushes and 24 yards. It is kickoff time here in Pittsburgh. Is now Chris Boswell kicked this off, and Joe Haden, he's going to return this out. He's going to start the third quarter off on a really positive note, and he's going to return this kickoff all the way, and he jumps on in there to the end zone, and that is a touchdown. His second kick return touchdown of the season. I'll have to see what video it was from his first kickoff return for a touchdown. I'll have that episode in the link in the description below so you guys can check that out. And now we're going to attempt a 2-point conversion, and we're going to take a break. All right, now this is going to be a first and 10 now, by the way. Minute and 7 seconds to go in this third quarter. So now Robert Griffin III throws the football to Eric Ebron, and he will get stopped at the 6-yard line. So we're going to go on 2nd and 2 now here for the Steelers. The Steelers are going 2nd and 2 now from the 6. And they're going to throw the football to Juju Smith-Schuster, and they get a touchdown. The Long Beach, California native. He has 5,000 career receiving yards. And he's one of my favorite wide receivers, actually. So now this is going to be a 29-10 lead here for the Toronto Huskies. We'll see you guys at kickoff. All right, now it is kickoff time here in Pittsburgh, PA, as Chris Boswell will kick this off. And Joe Haden will return the kickoff, and he will get stopped at the 30-yard line. This will be a 1st down and 10 here for the Huskies. And now we're just going to do a receiving play on 1st and 10. We're going to use a quick slants route here for the Huskies. So Joe Flacco, he's ready to throw the football. He's thinking about throwing it to Chase Claypool. And he breaks tackles along the way. And Claypool, however, does a front flip and gets a touchdown here for the Huskies. 70-yard touchdown, and his second touchdown in a Toronto Huskies uniform. So now this is going to be a 36-10 lead here for the Toronto Huskies. We'll see you guys in the 4th quarter. All right, now this is going to be a 1st and 10. So now the Steelers now are going to throw the football. They're going to be stopped at the 37-yard line. So now this is going to be 2nd and 4. And the third quarter ends it there. So now 14-7, 30-15. That's 36 in all. So 3 plus 7 is 10. So now we're going to play some defense on a 2nd and 4. Now this is already the beginning of the 4th quarter here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So now Robert Griffin III throws a football to Juju Smith-Schuster, who scored the only touchdown in this game for the Steelers. So now this is going to be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. So now Robert Griffin III, he's going to throw it to Smith-Schuster again, which I also have his jersey. That's the only Pittsburgh Steelers jersey I own as of now, because I like Smith-Schuster. He's like literally the best wide receiver in this league. So he's going to throw the football there that time. That's going to be incomplete. So now this is going to be a 2nd and 10 here for the Steelers. So now 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. So Pittsburgh, they're going to think about throwing the football on 2nd and 10. And supposedly they throw it, and it's incomplete pass. So now this is going to result a 3rd and 10. And now we're going to blitz on defense. And then if they don't make this, they're going to have to punt on 4th down. So 3rd and 10, 43-yard line. He throws it to Vihan Patel, who is from Robert Morris University. And he is from the Pittsburgh area, so that's why I have like players that went to Robert Morris, like the players that are rookies who went to Robert Morris, and the Steelers get another touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown of the game, and it's now going to be 36-17 here in Pittsburgh. We'll see you guys at kickoff. All right, now it is kickoff time here in the 4-1-2. So now Chris Boswell's going to do an onside kick, and they kick this away, and Mario Davis is about to return, but not for very much yards. So now this is going to be a 1st and 10, and we see Cam Newton stepping onto the field for the first time. He's only going to play in this 4th quarter, really. So now Cam Newton, he's going to run the football. By the way, in case if you're wondering about our London Cam Newton, he is injured, but in this Toronto one, he is not. So he ran it in for 23 yards that time. So now we're going to use the Verts drag on a 1st down and 10. So now we're at the 24. Newton gets sacked by Minka Fitzpatrick, one of the best secondaries in this league. So now this is going to be a 2nd and 20 now. And here comes a 2-minute warning. So now this is going to be 36-17. So now we're going to use a 2nd and 20. Now this is going to be 2nd and 20 after we just got sacked there on that play. We're just going to throw the football to Jason Witten, the former Dallas Cowboys tight end. He is used to this stadium because he played with the Cowboys. And, you know the Steelers, they're rivals to Dallas. And now this is going to be a 1st and 10. We're just going to run it in. And do we get the touchdown? No, we do not. We do not lose nor gain any yards on that play. However, we only got 1 minute and 10 seconds to go before this game ends. And we claim our 10th win on the year. So now this is going to be a 3rd and goal. So now we're going to use the HB zone weak. We're going to use some weak zone for Chris Thompson, the former Washington Redskins running back, and he gets us into the end zone. That is a touchdown here for the Huskies, and this is now going to be 43-17. We'll see you guys when we're on defense. All right, now this is a 1st and 5 here for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so now they're going to throw the football. Robert Griffin III does. However, he throws it. It's incomplete. So now this is going to be a 2nd and 5 from the 35. No, wait, 44, excuse me. 44-yard line with only 35 seconds. I accidentally got mixed up there. So the ball is out. Toronto has it. So apparently this was Malcolm Jenkins who got that fumble recovery for a touchdown. So now we have 3 sacks in this game on defense, so now we're just going to use the I form here. So now we're just going to think about throwing the football on a 1st down and 10. Pittsburgh already got its 2nd turnover already, and we're leading this game by 26 points. So we're going to throw the ball deep to Chase Claypool, and he will get this into the end zone for a touchdown. And we have 3,000 offensive passing yards this season, so we went over by just 11 yards on that touchdown. So now this will be a 50-17 lead, so we'll see you guys at the end of the game. All right, now the game is over, so the Pittsburgh Steelers fall to 6-4, and the Toronto Huskies are now 10-0 on the season. Chase Claypool had a surprising 160 yards, so that was pretty interesting to see. 50-17, the final score here in the 4-1-2. Now let's move on to statistics. Robert Griffin III versus his former team, 110.5 pass rating, 21 out of 31 there, 2 touchdowns thrown. Andy Dalton, he had 158.3 pass rating. So did Joe Flacco and Cam Newton, respectively. Dalton had 2 touchdowns, Flacco had 1, and Newton had 1 himself. So rushing touchdowns, Chris Thompson scored the only rushing touchdown of the game by only 2 yards in. So Chase Claypool had 5 receptions, 159 yards. So he was the only receiver to have over 100 yards, surprisingly, and 3 touchdowns in his return to Pittsburgh. Vihan Patel, 2 receptions, 65 yards. Rob Gronkowski, 3 receptions, 64 yards, and 1 touchdown. Eric Ebron, 6 receptions, 56 yards there. And Juju Smith-Schuster only had 1 touchdown there There was a fumble recovery for a touchdown. It apparently was Malcolm Jenkins. So, kick return wise, this is really interesting. 153 yards, the longest 94, and got a touchdown by Joe Haden. That wraps it up, everybody, and we'll see you guys soon.